Hey guys, happy Mother's Day, and today we are going to be reading Restart, chapter 5. So this looks like lots of fun. Let's begin. Chapter 5, Chase Ambush. Every time I see a little girl, it brings me back to the one from my memory. The blonde girl with the blue dress trimmed with white lace. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's the only thing you remember. It sticks with you. If you only could remember me, remember her from. I think of her again when I see the little kid on the monkey bars at the playground. It's my first time without the sling more than a month, and since then, in a way, because I remember nothing from before the accident, I'm walking, enjoying my freedom from the tight wrap on my shoulder. It feels fine, normal, and I need that after 2 weeks of school that were anything but normal. And is the last word to describe a place where strangers land despite the fact that they know everybody knows you. That's when I recognize the girl scrambling over on the jungle gym. It's Helen, my half-sister. She definitely high energy. She's really kind of cute, crawling through the tunnel, whistling down the slides, and just as quickly climbing up. She's a little too wild, especially up to top. I guess she's not too young to understand that falling on your head runs in our family. Just as the thought of crossed my mind, she loses her grip and tumbles off the top of the twisty slide, and there like a shot, catching her and swinging her around like it's part of a game. She squeals and spreading her arms, and I get into the spirit, making airplane noises. She's loving it. It's doubtedly thrilled because my shoulder is holding up fine. The two of us are having a great time until she looks down and sees who's got her. "Mommy!" She screams. Her scream carries around the park. "It's okay, Helen. It's me, Chase, your brother. I want to go down." Now she's red in the face and crying. I sit her on the ground and watch as she runs off to join Courtney, who's hustling our way. Great. Dad's family already has a problem with me, and now they're going to think I've been traumatizing their daughter. Sorry, I mumble. I didn't mean to scare her. I saw what happened. Thanks for catching her. There's nothing wrong with what she's saying. It's the way that she's saying it. Too polite, too distant, like I'm a stranger instead of her stepson. Helen has her face buried in her mom's sweater and refuses to look at me. I guess she doesn't like me very much, I comment. Courtney softens. She's like a little afraid of you. Afraid of me? What could I have done to make a 4-year-old freak out every time I come near her? Before I can finish, though, loud horn honks. Panel truck brings to the curb. Ambrose Electric is scented on the side. The driver's side window rolls down, and my dad sticks out his head. "Fire up the grill at 55, Cor. I'm bringing home the biggest steaks you've ever seen." He catches sight of me. "Hey, champ, what you doing here? You're supposed to be at practice." I wave. "Doctor's orders, remember?" "Your arm's fine." "Yeah, pretty good." I point to my head. "It's the concussion." He looks disguised. "Doctors, they keep you in a bubble wrap the rest of your life if you let them." "Well, how about dinner then? I'll bet you can use a good steak. You're not going to get any strength on the rabbit's foods Mom's slinging at you." "Thanks, some other time." I hesitate. I saw your state championship picture on the principal's wall. I didn't know, I knew at some point, but he laughs with delight. There are a lot of athletes out there, but only a few of us can make it rain. There's something about Ambrose, man, champ. Don't let your mother coddle it out of you like she did with your brother. He drives off, his truck backfiring as he pulls away by the curb. Bye, Daddy, calls Helen. Bye, Helen, I say to her. As soon as we make eye contact, she looks away. I'm definitely famous at Highsaway's Middle. The part I can't figure out is whether I'm famous good or famous bad. The athlete program is my home here, or at least it was before I got hurt. All my friends seem to be jocks, mostly football players. I guess they were pretty worried when they heard about my accident. I pick up grumbling about my accident, about I have to miss the season, but mostly people are relieved that I'm okay. The Holloway's Hurricanes are kind of kings at the school. It's pretty good rule to come out of a coma and fall straight into. Since I'm the former captain, it's almost like they all know me, get along with so well. They're loud, kind of obnoxious, and even though they're really tight, they spent a lot of time shoving and punching each other. Insults can fly between them. It's probably because you don't mean it, but you can get it pretty ugly. Was I like that too? Was I, me? Did they greet my closet friends with pointing an emergency stance on their shirt? Or could I slap their faces? Did I insult their moms, grandmas, and grandmothers? Grandmothers, probably. Even so, that was then, and this is now. I've lost a step, maybe because of my concussion. I can't keep up with those guys anymore. Aaron and Bear shield me from the worst of it. Dudes, they'll say, dial it down, our boy's injured. Or they'll step in and protect me from a sort of a friendly punch or for a head slam. I appreciate their help. Still, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not Chase that I used to be. I almost wish they'd stop trying to protect me. I hate being weak. The other guys are trying to treat me like I'm strong. I'm not. I get that. But maybe I can fake it until strength comes back. In the end, Aaron and Bear stress me out more than any of the others because they'll ask me questions. What do you remember? Is your memory coming back yet? When does the doctor say that could happen? What will you be on your old self again? Since there's nothing else to offer them, I describe the one memory I do have, the little girl with the blue dress. They listen with great contraction. And Aaron prompts Adwas, that's it. That's the only thing I remember. But who is she? Bear persists. Where did you see her? I shrug. I don't know. That's all I've got. They stared at me for as long as a moment, and they both burst out laughing. I'm annoyed. It's not funny. Don't you think I'd tell you more if I had more to tell? Do you know what the word amnesia means? Relax. Aaron puts an arm around my shoulder. We've got your back, boys to the end. Aside from the football players, most of the kids at school odd around me. Conversations end when I enter a room. Faces turn towards lockers, and they make my way down the hall. I get that. The whole school's heard the story of my amnesia, and they've a little weirded out by me, but that doesn't explain everything. The one girl who's pushed a rolling cart of textbooks, when she sees me walking next to her, her eyes just pop out of her head. She spins away and slams into a wall of a doorway, starts to go down, or I grab her arm just to steady her. Then she really loses it. Don't, she squeals out so loudly when the instant center of attention. I'm mystified. Let me help pick up those. No! And she's gone, practically running along the corridor corridor, dropping even more books as she escapes. What did I do? I ask Aaron and Bear about it after school. They treat like it's a stupider question. What do you care if a bunch of random newbies don't like you? Bear demands. It's not that, I tell him. She was scared. What did that come from? They exchange a glance at me. Man, you really did lose your memory, Bear comments. Come on, guys, talk to me. Bear is impatient. We don't have time. Why? I could. There's no practice today. We've got to go to Graybeard's motel by 3:30. What's Graybeard Motel? We've got 2 months left in our community service, Bear replies, at the living place on Portland Street, helping out with the geezers and grandmas. Not everybody is lucky enough to fall off a roof and get excused. I'm on community service? I may not remember much, but I know that community service isn't getting a detention at school. It's something you get ordered to do in court by a judge. I shrug to sound casual. The last thing I want to do is come across like a wimp to my 2 best friends. What do you get sentenced? I nearly choke on the word. To community service. It was no big deal, Aaron scoffles. We planted a couple of cherry bombs and a piano at an open house. It was awesome. Cops are such slickers about properly jammage. Like there's a great piano shortage in the world. So I'm not agitated, but it takes some time doing arrest. Arrested? We have to go, Bear insists. Yeah. Aaron faces me. Listen, man, I know it bugs you that you can't remember anything about yourself, but before the accident, let me fill in some details. Our boy Chase isn't the kind of kid to get bent out of shape about a bunch of idiots overreacting to a few firecrackers. We did what we did, and we got in trouble for it. End of story. End of story? I echo, and speak carefully, almost as if I'm trying to for size. I mean, nobody got hurt. So what's the big deal? Bear snickles. Yeah, right, nobody. The problem with highways, Aaron goes on, is that everybody's jealous of us. I don't blame them. What did we want? And nobody messes with us. Even the adults are jealous. Because when they were kids, they were probably losers too. So when Francis Quizzer or some judges get a chance to slap us down, they go so hard since it's the only revenge they're ever going to get. You can't take it personally. I nodded in agreement. It's kind of not fair. Bear grins. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep at night, just thinking of intrusions of it all. I laugh. Aaron and Bear wouldn't cry if you jammed flaming bamboo under their fingernails and they touched guys in the world. Thanks for being straight with me, I tell them, and I mean it. My own mother kept me in the dark about this. I don't know what she's thinking. Maybe that I can't remember it because it never happened. Aaron shrugs. It's a mom thing. They all do the same thing. It's fun. It must be bad. My dad warned me about that, I admit. He said that I shouldn't let her coodle me. Your dad is the man, Bear explains. He was the part of the football team ever to come out of this place next to ours. I mean, when you come back, we're going to wreck. My dad pulls me up short, but Bear knows as well as anybody that has out for this season. It makes me wonder, should I be? Dad doesn't think so. It's Mom, the coddler, who took Dr. Cooperman's word for it. How much should I trust in her? She's the one who had the mayor of past from me. If he wasn't for Aaron and Bear, I might have never figured it out. Who knows what else she's holding back. When Mom gets home from work that day, I'm there at the front door and throw in her a face. Where did you get off? She looks totally bewildered. I forge on her. You were the detective when I got amnesia, but you're too devastated to pass up a little editing job of my life. Editing job? Don't you think I have the right to know Aaron and Bear and I were arrested and sentenced to community service? She doesn't answer right away. She sets down her bag, shrugs off her jacket, and walks into the living room, and the cop is wearing into the chair. At last, she says, "You've just been through a awful ordeal. How can I help you? How can it help your recovery if I tell you a lot of things that are going to upset you?" Things? I echo. You mean there are more? How many other nice little stories have you been keeping away from me? She seems a little jealousy sad. I'll love you and support you through the end of the world, Chase. But I support you for the end of the world, Chase. And I see the good in you, Chase. And I believe that the person you really are deep down, but you have lost your memories. I have a sickening version of the facing turning away from me of kids shrinking back at the approach, fear in their bodying as they jump. I kind of think the crazy girl who got angry enough to dump a whole tub of frozen yogurt over my head, what if she wasn't crazy at all? What if I deserved it? Then I think back to the conversation with Aaron and Bear. There are two sides to every story. And Mom was talking about the opposite one. But that shouldn't surprise me. Her kid got in trouble. Major trouble. If the community service is any education. Okay, it was a nice thing to do, I admit. But I don't understand why the school had to make such big of a deal of it. She stares at me. How can you all of the people after everything that had happened? Maybe because I don't remember anything that happened. I shoot back. They were firecrackers, not grenades. Was it a prank? It was a prank. My mother's expression becomes hard. Never mind the poor musician you practically put into cardiac arrest. The problem was the artisan of people who thought they were under attack. It was pure luck that nobody got injured. He demanded to bring the police. I hear Mom tell the story and feel ashamed. But if you go by Aaron and Bear, it's nothing gag about school blue of apartment. Who's telling the truth? Is Mom making up the story to scare me straight? Because, as Dad says, she's coddling me. When I got amnesia, I lost 13 years of my life. I have to replace those memories using what I can pick up from other people. But everyone has a slightly different version of me. Mom, Dad, my friends, the kids at school, even frozen yogurt girl. For all I know, the lunch ladies even know me better than anyone else. Who should I believe? That's all for now. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe right now. And Happy Mother's Day! Thanks for watching Emery's Bedtime Stories. And go check out Creative Studios. Where will your next reading adventure be? Come back tomorrow and you will see. Dream big, dream books. Bye!